The story begins in a thick green jungle. A group of 7 people are traveling down a river in a small boat. They have come to this deep part of the jungle to explore and look around. One of the girls is named Megan, and the rest of the group members are her friends and college classmates. These people have come to the jungle for a project, but they do not know the dark secrets hidden there. All around the jungle there are dead bodies. These bodies are in very bad condition and look terrible. The group stops the boat at a wooden bridge and begins to unload all of their bags and supplies. Near the bridge, there is a large wooden board. The board has a warning written on it. It says that there is danger ahead and it is forbidden to go inside. However, the group does not pay any attention to the sign. They ignore the warning and start walking into the deep forest. As they walk, they find the bodies of dead animals. These bodies are rotting and look very gross. Because the bodies are rotting, there is a very bad smell everywhere in the air. After seeing this, the group gets onto a bus and starts driving further into the jungle. The friend who is driving the bus seems to know about this place. Looking at the creepy trees and the dead animals, it feels like something very bad happened here a long time ago. But no one in the group knows the truth yet. They finally arrive at a small cabin. 2 men are already there waiting for them. One man is their college professor, and the other is a captain. The students are actually here for a special college project. Their job is to look at the dead bodies in the jungle and collect information about them for their studies. The professor divides the students into teams of 2 people. He explains the rules and gives them a place to stay. There is no phone signal in this deep jungle, so the professor gives everyone a walkie-talkie. This way, they can talk to each other without needing a phone signal. While the group is getting ready, the bus driver is standing outside smoking a cigarette. By accident, his cigarette falls into a large metal drum. Suddenly, a strange black liquid starts leaking out of the drum. This liquid falls onto one of the walkie-talkies, and the device starts to burn and smoke. The driver quickly tries to pick up the walkie-talkie to clean it, but the device is very hot. As soon as he touches it, his fingers get badly burned. He pulls his hand away in pain. After this, the students go to the room where they are supposed to sleep. The room is very dirty and gross. There are even dead bodies kept nearby. The students feel uncomfortable, but they cannot go back home now. They have to stay and finish their work. The professor stays in the main cabin. He starts watching the security cameras that are placed all over the jungle to keep an eye on the students. As the students go out to investigate, the driver gives everyone a walkie-talkie. The driver then goes to start cooking dinner. He is cooking meat, and as he cuts it, the red blood from the meat drips onto the floor and the ground. Megan and her partner go to a small pond to check on a dead body. 2 other students go to an old bus. They start filming a video of a corpse. The body is in such a bad state that it is hard to look at. They talk to each other about how gross it looks. Meanwhile, Megan's friend Daniel and his partner go to a car parked in the woods. Inside the car, there is another dead body. This body is in very bad condition and is covered in crawling insects. Daniel is a brave student, so he picks up samples of the skin and the insects to study later. When Daniel looks closely at the insects, he realizes something strange. He tells his partner that based on the bugs, this person has only been dead for 1 week. This is confusing because the bodies were supposed to be much older. At the cabin, the professor talks to everyone through the walkie-talkies. He tells them to finish their work and come back to the cabin before it gets dark. While the driver is busy cooking the meat, he notices that some pieces of the meat have disappeared. He also sees a strange red liquid on the floor that wasn't there before. The driver feels very uneasy. He goes to the professor and says, "I think someone else is out here in the forest." But the professor does not care. He is only interested in his research and his books. He yells at the driver and tells him to go back to work. The driver goes back to his kitchen. Later, he goes into the forest to find Megan and the other girls. He tells them, "I found a very strange and scary body on my way here. You should go and look at it." When the professor hears this on the radio, he gets very angry at the driver. He tells the driver to stop telling the students what to do. Megan and her friends go to a room to look at a body, but the professor tells them to leave. After Megan's friend walks away, the driver stays behind for a moment. He sees the dead body move its hand. He is terrified. He runs to tell Megan's friend, but she thinks he is joking. She doesn't believe him and walks away. As soon as she leaves, the dead body actually stands up. It is a zombie. A dark black liquid starts coming out of its mouth. It looks very scary and hungry. In another part of the forest, the students checking the car feel like someone is watching them. Megan's friend finds Megan and says, "I saw a body that was in a very bad way." Megan tells her, "We must only work on the bodies the professor told us to study." The driver is walking through the forest to bring food to the other students. He starts hearing very strange and creepy sounds. He sees the zombie that came back to life moving through the trees. The driver is so scared that he starts running as fast as he can. Because he is in a hurry, he trips over a tree root, falls down, and faints. The battery on one student's walkie-talkie runs out. She tells her partner, "I saw something moving in the dark, and I am very scared." The professor starts calling everyone back to the cabin because it is getting late. But the walkie-talkie signals are weak, and no one can find the driver. Megan's friend goes back to the room to check on a body, but she is shocked to see that the body is missing. She tries to call Megan, but her radio has no signal. She decides to run back to the cabin. While she is running, she feels someone behind her. The zombie has found her. The zombie chases her through the trees. In her fear, Megan's friend gets stuck in a group of thorny bushes. The sharp thorns poke her skin, and she cannot move. The zombie catches her and starts eating her fingers and then her hand. She screams in loud pain, but she is stuck and cannot get away. Finally, the zombie bites her neck and kills her. Megan eventually finds her friend. She is horrified to see her friend in such a bad condition. The zombie is standing nearby. Megan manages to pull her friend's body into a small nearby cabin. She uses a cloth to try and stop the blood, but it is no use. Her friend has already died. Megan quickly locks the door. She is afraid that if the zombie bites someone, they might turn into a zombie too. She waits inside, trembling with fear. The driver wakes up and runs back to the professor. He is screaming, "There are zombies out there! We are in danger! Call everyone back so we can leave this place." The professor still finds it hard to believe, but the driver is so upset that the professor finally agrees to look for the students. While they are looking, they see the zombie that was in the car. It is eating other bodies. The professor notices the black liquid on the walkie-talkies. He doesn't know what the liquid is, but he knows it is bad. Back in the small cabin, Megan sees her dead friend stand up. Her friend has turned into a zombie. The zombie friend runs toward Megan to eat her. Megan barely manages to jump out of the way and escape. At the main cabin, the driver looks at the security cameras. He sees a zombie moving toward them. Two of Megan's friends arrive at the cabin door. The driver lets them in and tells them, "The dead are coming back to life. We have to be careful." In the woods, Daniel and his partner are still doing research. Suddenly, Daniel's partner becomes very sick and starts vomiting. Daniel thinks, maybe the professor poisoned the water to see how we would react. But his friend is too sick and scared to listen. He decides to run to the cabin by himself. On the way, he gets lost. He sees a zombie and starts running for his life. He reaches a high metal fence, but the lock is stuck. He tries to climb, but many zombies catch him. They pull him down and bite him over and over. Daniel realizes Megan is missing. He grabs a heavy hammer and goes into the jungle to find her. Two other friends go to find their missing partner, but they find out he has already become a zombie. Megan is still trapped. Her zombie friend attacks her again. Megan finds a sharp tool and stabs the zombie in the face, killing it. Then another zombie appears. Megan takes some chemicals from her bag and throws them on the zombie's face. The chemical burns the zombie. Megan then takes a sharp wooden stick and stabs the zombie in the head. This finally kills it. Megan realizes that the only way to stop a zombie is to hit it in the head. She takes a sample of the black liquid and leaves. It is now nighttime. At the main cabin, the driver and the professor have nailed the doors shut. A zombie starts banging on the door. The professor shoots his gun at the door. He doesn't know if he hit the zombie. The professor hears a voice at the door. He thinks it is one of the students. Even though the driver tells him not to, the professor opens the door. There is no student there, only a hungry zombie. The zombie lunges at the professor. The professor fires his gun but misses. The driver manages to push the zombie back outside and lock the door again. Megan finds Daniel. She tells him that their friends are being turned into monsters. Megan uses a stick to make noise and attract the zombies so she can kill them. Daniel is surprised to see how brave Megan is. Megan and Daniel find a zombie inside a room eating a body. Megan stabs it with her stick, and Daniel shoots it. But the zombie does not die because they miss the brain. They have to run away. The professor has been bitten by a zombie. He is in pain and tries to use medicine on his wound. He and the driver realize they left their guns outside in the kitchen area. They go out to get them. They see a zombie in the kitchen eating the meat. The professor sends the driver back into the cabin to stay safe. But a zombie smells the driver's blood from his burnt fingers. The zombie starts breaking the walls of the cabin to get inside. The driver is terrified and calls for the professor. The professor is busy killing the zombie in the kitchen with a headshot. Inside the cabin, the driver throws a bottle of alcohol at the zombie. He tries to kick the zombie away, but the zombie is too strong. The zombie bites the driver's leg and pulls him out through a hole in the wall. Megan and Daniel arrive and see the zombie killing the driver. Megan wants to stab the driver in the head before he turns into a monster, but Daniel stops her. They run away. As soon as they leave, the driver's eyes open. He is now a zombie. Megan and Daniel reach the bus. The professor is there too. Megan cries and says, "3 of our friends and the driver are dead. Only we are left." The professor tells them to stay inside the bus for safety while he looks for the other 2 missing students. He gives Megan his gun. Megan feels very guilty. She says to Daniel, "This is all my fault. It was my idea to come to this jungle. Now we are all going to die." Daniel holds her hand and says, "It is not your fault. We will survive and go home." The 2 missing students are being chased by a zombie. One student hits the zombie with an axe, and they run toward the bus. They reach the bus and jump inside, locking the door. The zombies surround the bus and start shaking it. The students manage to start the engine and drive away, knocking the zombies down. Megan hears the bus coming. She and Daniel are hiding in a small shed. They hear a zombie outside. It is the driver. He is running toward them. Megan starts shooting. In the confusion, one bullet accidentally hits Daniel in the leg. He falls down. The zombie driver is about to bite Daniel, but Megan shoots the zombie in the head and kills it. Megan picks up the injured Daniel and carries him to the bus. Their friends pull them inside. They drive through the dark fog, hitting zombies that get in their way. A very strong zombie jumps onto the bus. It breaks the glass and grabs one of Megan's friends. The bus crashes into a cabin. The impact kills the girl the zombie was holding. The strong zombie gets inside the bus. It is about to kill Megan, but Daniel finds the strength to shoot the zombie in the head. The bus is now leaking fuel. They drive a little further before the bus stops and explodes in a big ball of fire. Megan, Daniel, and their one remaining friend find a small house to hide in. Daniel rests because of his leg injury. Megan and her friends stay awake to watch for zombies. The strongest zombie appears again. Megan shoots at it, but she misses. She runs out of bullets. The zombie catches Megan and is about to bite her. At the last second, her friend takes a long metal nail and drives it into the zombie's head. The zombie finally dies. It is finally morning. The professor finds the students at the house. Then the captain arrives in his car. The professor is angry. He asks the captain, "What was in those drums? Why are people turning into monsters?" The captain tells them the truth. The black liquid was a failed chemical experiment. The government was testing it on prisoners to see if it could change them, but the experiment failed, and all the prisoners turned into zombies. These zombies are very dangerous because they even eat other zombies. Suddenly, a prisoner zombie appears from the bushes. The professor is a selfish man. He pushes the captain toward the zombie so he can escape. He jumps into the car, but he realizes the car keys are in the captain's pocket, and the zombie is eating the captain. The students and the professor manage to grab the keys, start the car, and drive away as fast as they can. They finally escape the jungle of death. They realize that the project was a lie, and they were sent there to see what happened to the failed experiment. The story ends as they drive away, leaving the nightmare behind. See you soon in the next recap. Thanks for watching.